What is the best loophole you have ever heard of? I used to work in a call center doing tech support for a dial-up ISP. The 10-hour plan was $9.99, and then there were various tiers including an unlimited plan for $50 or something like that. I ended up moving to a different city and called up the call center to set up internet, and I asked for the 10-hour plan. The guy, who didn't know I used to work there, tried to talk me into a bigger plan, but I stuck with the 10-hour plan. Why? Because the company had no system for monitoring usage. You could use as much data as you wanted and it was all the same to them. There was no tracking system in place. In West Virginia, there was a law that waived taxes for automobile title transfers between parents and children. A friend wanted to buy a car from his uncle. So the uncle sold the car to his father, who then sold it to his other son, who sold it to his own son, my friend. 3 transactions. 0 taxes. I mean, you could have just done what the rest of us civilized humans do and buy the car for $1 and only have to pay taxes on that $1 car. Crazy how cheap people are constantly selling the cars. When Uncle Clarence said, "The government won't get 1 penny of taxes from me," he meant it. When the U.S. government issued the SAC Highway $1 coin, they wanted to get them into circulation as quickly as possible so they'd catch on. Narrator, they didn't, so they had a thing where you could order them and have them shipped to you for free. People realized you could pay for the coins using one of those credit cards that gives you frequent flyer miles as a reward. So you order $1,000 of coins, put it on the card, get the coins, deposit them into your bank, pay off the credit card. You've just gotten 100% free frequent flyer miles. For appointments that cost money to cancel with less than 24 hours notice, they often are free to reschedule within that window, so you reschedule it to a week later, then cancel it a day or 2 later. In Sydney, Australia, we have the Opal card system for public transport. You load up the card with monies, and tap it when you get on and off public transport. Now these days, the week you get a discount on all your trips after your 8th. Well, that was brought in after people exploited the previous rule. After 8 trips, all trips were free. So people would ride the buses to and from stops, tapping away, leaving enough time between each tap for it to register as an individual trip, and after a few hours of venturing the city and tapping, they then had the rest of their weekly travel for free. The news did a piece of everyone doing it, and soon after the new rule came in, LMAO. Company cafeteria had an option to order a half burrito. However, the cost of 2 half burritos was less than the cost of 1 full burrito. On top of that, the chef would make a half burrito by cutting a new tortilla in half, and generally gave a healthier portion than just a half. Thus, ordering 2 half burritos was equivalent to about 1.5 full burritos and cost less than a full burrito. I am the lucky beneficiary of the loophole. Back in the 1960s, a school district in my hometown was broken up and absorbed into the surrounding districts. Fast forward to 2003. I'm applying to colleges. I discovered that there was a scholarship fund for people living in that old district's area, like me. The district is gone, but the scholarship still exists. I applied and got the scholarship. I don't think there were any other applicants. NY State had a glitch in their motor vehicle system for a while. If you got a moving violation, you would plead guilty, and overpay it by $5. They would send you back a check for $5, but you don't cash it. They would not apply points to your license until the case was fully adjudicated. If you waited until a year passed, and then cashed it, those points would roll off, so you would never actually have any points showing on your license. It amazes me how people are able to find these kind of loopholes. I still use the loophole of jumping on a shuttle bus out of LAX to a parking garage, or hotel, yes, and then calling an Uber, Lyft from there to avoid the airport prices. brings the ride home down to $10 from $40. Here at my airport in St. Louis, I literally just walk the 3 blocks down to the gas station and save about $25 BC. Those airport prices are dick. A man in China purchased a first-class plane ticket and used it to eat a year's worth of free meals at the VIP lounge at Xi'an International Airport. The frequent diner purchased a first-class, fully refundable ticket aboard Eastern China Airline. He used the ticket to gain access to the airport's VIP lounge, where high-rolling travelers dine for free, according to a report last week in the Chinese-language newspaper Kuanghua Yipo in Malaysia. The man rebooked his first-class ticket over and over again and kept the gravy train rolling. Eastern China Airlines officials only recently figured out the man's scheme after noticing his single ticket being rebooked 300 times over 1 year, according to the newspaper report. Airline officials admitted there was nothing they could do to stop the frequent diner. A spokeswoman for the carrier called the man's free meal scheme a rare act. Still, Eastern China Airlines officials confronted him, and the human meal ticket stopped chowing down. The freeloader ended up cashing in his fully refundable ticket and getting back all his money. https://www.nypost.com The 29th of January 2014, man uses first-class plane ticket to eat free for a year. Apparently you have 24 hours to claim an illegally parked car, depending on the location. In my city, some pros will take a ticket on game days and actually save money on parking for football and baseball. When I was in grad school, it cost me about $400 a year to park. Alternatively, I could park at a meter right next to the university parking lot, not pay, and get an $11 ticket from the Metro Police. Pretty sure I got ticketed about 4 to 5 times total. Saved me hundreds of dollars that year. In Ireland, a Romanian man got caught drink driving. Got thrown out of court because he was never given a copy of his charge in Irish. Was at a bar. They ran a $2 shot special for any of the house staff. I like vodka tonics though. However, those are $6. Me, having taken algebra, I twice knew $2 less than $6. I ask the bartender how much she'll charge me for tonic water. She replies, nothing. I proceed to order a $2 shot of vodka and a free glass of tonic water. Having taken algebra twice killed me. Thanks for the laugh. Read about a promotion on some site that you earn points based on how much you spent over a period of time. Apparently buying gift cards counted towards your total. The loophole was that you could pay for gift cards with gift cards. Someone just kept buying gift cards with their gift cards and earning free points that they spent on other stuff. A good shot but not eventually a real loophole was the drink Pepsi, get a Harrier jet guy. In 1996, Pepsi ran a promotion where you could collect points by buying Pepsi products. The more points you got, the more stuff you could get, such as t-shirts, free Pepsi, sunglasses, etc. They also had a commercial where they advertised the Harrier jet for 7 million points. One guy read the rules of the promotion and found that you could buy points for 10 cents. That means to get 7 million points you'd have to pay $700,000. The going cost for a Harrier at the time was about $20 million or so. So, one guy raised the money, bought the points and demanded the jet. When Pepsi refused, he sued them. He lost, but it was a good try. This sounds like the McDonald's Monopoly promo loophole. I don't remember the exact story, but some guy realized there was no purchase necessary to obtain game pieces. All you had to do is send a letter in requesting pieces and they would send you 10 of them or something. So, the only cost for 10 pieces was a postage stamp. The pieces you got was random though. A kid from my high school was about 30 seconds late to class and the teacher refused to mark him present and made him go sign in as late at the office. In protest, he went and ate the sit-down breakfast and showed back up with about 5 minutes left of class with his late slip. Teacher threw a fit that he skipped class, but since he never signed in, he didn't face any consequences. I worked at a job that had a 1 minute late policy that basically said 1 minute late or 2 hours late you were just as late. I can't tell you how many times I stopped for breakfast and just hung out before going in super late. Not very impressive, but at my high school we had to wear a button-down and a tie to class every day. One of the kids realized that they never specified what kind of button-down it had to be, so he wore a Hawaiian shirt to class with a tie. Technically it met the dress code, so it stuck. Pretty soon most of the schools started wearing Hawaiian shirts with ties to class. We looked like a bunch of ridiculous Jimmy Buffett goes Mormon types, but it was worth it to spite the system. They changed the rule to ban Hawaiian shirts a week later. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Reddit content.